Is it also a myth, or is it a reality that the US has always been concerned and been involved in the kind of government that gets put into place in Pakistan?
I don't know. The honest answer to that is I don't know. I think the US, things changed a lot after 9/11. And their concern in the region shifted. So you can look at it as two periods, a period before 9/11 in terms of what their interest was and a period after 9/11. Now, perhaps in the period prior to 9/11, again there were, at that time they had their interests also. There was the Soviet invasion, the then Soviet Union in Afghanistan. So again there was an agenda and they had a certain interest in supporting the dictatorship at that time. And so unfortunately for Pakistan, events in the region, really in Afghanistan, have dictated American policy towards us. And generally American policy is one of encouraging democratic rule and democratic values, and that is always good for us. When they deviate away from that policy for reasons that they think pertain to their national security, then that is when it becomes bad for us and ultimately bad for them. Because what happens then is that public opinion also switches away from them and they start to antagonize common government. And I think that's happened a lot today. You see a lot of antagonism. You see, they are not Pakistanis. Common Pakistanis now don't consider America to be a friend, and that's sad. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. So that's something one has to address also, and see how one can do that. But again, all these things, all these issues require that you have good people in power.
Speaking of foreign relations, how do you see Pakistan's relations improving for the betterment, for the development of Pakistan, improving with other Muslim countries?
I think Pakistan, we are, Pakistan, let me tell you, Pakistan at one point was really respected amongst the Muslim countries and looked up to as a leader of Muslim countries, and that has sadly fallen away completely now. In terms of Pakistan, we should be forging very close relationships with Muslim countries. Certainly our neighbors, our immediate neighbors, Afghanistan, assuming that you can get the turmoil out of Afghanistan and you have a stable government there, that would be the first one to have a good relationship with. Iran would be another country to have a wonderful relationship with. And let me tell you, the Iranians also are a bit like India, because they have also, under the influence of sanctions, they've been obliged to develop a lot of their own technology and develop their own industry. They've been forced to do that. So they have now a lot of good technology and a lot of good knowledge that anyone can, that we can benefit from also, for instance. And of course their neighbors, and they're Muslim. Look further out to Turkey, and again you have the same thing, a nice industry developed country with a lot to offer us. And look towards the Middle East, for instance. Again, they're all Muslim countries, resource rich, with money to invest. So it would be silly if we don't attempt to forge strong regional relationships with these people.